Hi everyone, it's Cindy, and today I'm here for Friday Flip Through, but I have a little bit of a different kind of flip through for you, and I wanted to start with just what I'm up to. So I was doing a little bit of cleaning out of the annals of my studio today because I have a few boxes of things that I've kind of carried in my life for a few years, and I found this. Look at these beautiful old lids. These are old porcelain lids, and they didn't have containers that went with them. So years ago now, I made this plaster, and I just laid them in the plaster, and I plastered in this wire, so it's like a plaque that I could hang them from. And like, I don't even remember how I made this exactly, but I did. And so, yeah, I was happy to find that, and I think I will hang it up somewhere here in the studio. It was nice to find it. So, that being said, the reason I have it is because what I want to show you today is actually what was in the box with it. So a few years ago, I was visiting my parents, and we went for a drive a couple hours away into Smiths Falls on an afternoon because we were kind of bored and it was just a hot summer day. So we ended up going to this like out of the middle of nowhere kind of antique store, sort of flea market, I would say would be a little more correct. And the place was an utter disastrous mess. It's like, these are the kind of thrift stores or whatever flea markets that are like my husband's favorite. He loves to go into like some unknown creepy man's basement to look around and, you know, potentially like never return. Me, not at all. That's like the last kind of thing I want to do. My husband's like, "Ooh, is that an old barn?" Like, no. So I watched enough scary movies in my life. So we went in, and the whole place just smelled like fried food, which, as it turns out, like it was a, if you imagine this is the size of the warehouse kind of style in flea market, in the center here was this like this center of operations, which was like this the older couple that had like 5 or 6 home like deep fryers that are designed for home, not restaurant, and they were just like constantly frying things and like selling them to people, mostly the people who were working in there. So it was quite an experience. I got I don't know, my husband got a bunch of stuff like records. I got given to me for free this little teddy bear that was a little panda bear. It was very cute, an old one. And then I found these albums as well as like some other photographs. But this baby album is kind of the start of our story today. And I have the entire effects of this person, Barry Doucette, from when he was born until his death in the 70s, I believe. So this is a really, he died young, which is sad. I don't know exactly what happened, but I don't know if we'll get any hints in the pictures, but these are some really interesting albums and pictures, and I want to put them to a respectful good use. In the strange event that anyone who's watching this video may know the family of Barry Doucette, and you want to reach out to me, please do. Please know that I plan to take very good care of and respect all of this paper here. So this is the first picture of Barry Doucette with his mother Sylvia and his little birth announcement card. And there's also this tiny little Bible in here. And yeah, this book was published in Toronto, so not every page has pictures, but I do love these old pages and this old cello tape here. This is a little card that says, "For the little baby," and it's from Alice. A couple more really cute little pictures, 1 month old, 7 months old. And it looks like some of the pictures have left here because we had Barry at 1 year, 6 months in 1958. And then a little verse that someone cut out, for the new boss. So this is a little card from Pearl, and then this is a lock of his hair. Look at that blonde hair. Isn't that just precious? So August 23rd. You know what's weird is it says 23TH. That's funny. First haircut. Yeah, so that's a lock of his blonde hair. And there he is. His first studio pictures at 10 months old. And I love that he's holding a ceramic, like, animal. That's so funny. Also, there's pink photo corners. How cute. In the bath, and it's like he's in like a steel tub bath, and he's doing some tummy time here. 3 months old. Snapshots, and here he is at like 3 years old. He looks like such a hilarious kid. And a couple of these little cards. Oh, there's a tiny little picture. Look at that little tiny picture. How cute. My goodness. I'm just going to tuck that there. But yeah, I've had these albums for a few years now. 1 year and 6 months old. Uh, 11 months old. 2 years old. Then we have some Christmas pictures here. This looks like, is that a stuffed dog? Or a real dog with a funny face on? I don't know. 2 years, 10 months old. Barry and Jill. And then some other family pictures with Uncle Tom and Daddy. Lots of cute pictures. Okay. To my beautiful son, love, mother. So this is his death notice. He passed on June 23rd of 1978. On June 23rd, 1978, Mr. Barry Doucette, beloved son of Mr. and Mrs. Arthur Doucette of, I'm not going to give away their address, passed at 21 years old. These are all different little sayings and things. It doesn't say what happened to him, but he was so young. And that's the end of his baby album. It's his obituary, which I think is sad, you know, but there's a bunch of sweet little cards in here too. These little baby cards, all from the 50s. So long before I started making journals, I collected antique ephemera and vintage ephemera. Oh, here's his baby bracelet, and also just weird things. Barry Doucette, 2 years old. You know, his mother kept this album her whole life, I imagine, seeing as she put, you know, here's another tiny picture, even his obituary, and said, to my loving son. That's cute. Yeah, so that is the first album, the baby album. Then we have another album that I think is like the older life of this of Barry Doucette. It is, I think I'm at the front. It doesn't have stuff on every page, but many pages it does. So this is like a lot of, I would say, your typical 1970s photography. Your presence is demanded at Barry's birthday brawl on February 18th, 1978 at 7 p.m. So when did he pass in comparison to his birthday in 1978? When did he pass? Like a year later, maybe? Where did that go? Here it is. Oh, okay. So, no, he died in 1978. So that's from February, and then he died in the following June. But I mean, he looks like he had a really fun life. I don't know if this was like a girlfriend or his sister. I'm not sure. But like his pictures show a lot of partying, a lot of like dressing up, a lot of family holidays. It looks like he went ice fishing. There was a baby born. I don't know if maybe that was his baby. I'm not sure who this lady is. Kelby, 7 months old. Let's see. Kelby was born October 4th of 1980. Murray and Brenda McIntyre are his parents. Okay, so this is not the same family. But I think there are things in here from Barry Doucette as well. I seem to recall I figured that out. But I could be wrong. But there's like a lot of different men in this album, so I don't know who is who. These are like pictures that remind me of like when I was a kid, growing up in like a small town. A lot of like family parties at that time. You know, there was a lot of smoking and drinking, and they would happen at like Legions and that kind of thing. Like, definitely another point in time, not like as normal today. These are funny pictures that are like they're in like their yard, and they've got these gigantic rhubarb leaves, and they've tied them on themselves as a skirt. Okay, and this is like he's literally like mooning his bare bum, but you can't really see anything because of the rhubarb leaves, thankfully. This is such 1970s, 80s humor, though. Oh my goodness. Retro, like the way people were. It's funny. Like, this is like literally a bunch of beers and like this really crazy hookah pipe. Like, oh my gosh. And like people just look very inebriated in these pictures. And then we have like a 100th Rose Smith, March 1st, 1979. 100th. I don't know if that's like her 100th, her year, her birthday. Let me see if I can lift this. These can be so sticky, these old photo pages. Holy moly. There we go. Oh, of course. I think it was probably her 100th birthday. And then, so I think this is Barry Doucette. Back here. I think that's him. So we have in here like a little, so yeah, this is an appearance notice for criminal court issued by a peace officer to a person not yet charged with an offense. Colleen Doucette and Elizabeth Doucette, April 82, 25th 82. On or about this date in Edmonton, Alberta, the offense of possession of a narcotic, contrary to Section 3 NCA, they were in possession of 3 vials of hashish oil. Oh, geez. Weird Ephemera 101. This is and then back here we have the Alberta Attorney General. These are fines in the amount of like $400, $250. And then this is like a Journey concert ticket from Northlands Coliseum. So like, I feel like they went to a Journey concert, got like very drunk and high, and like got a bunch of tickets. I don't know. Have a real stone of a time. Happy 19th birthday, Colleen. P.S. Don't rock on the chair too long if you do get drunk. To Colleen from Mike and Jean. And it has this. Yeah, so there's a Colleen Doucette as well. And I don't know if that's like his girlfriend. I'm not sure. And then we have the Edmonton Sun. And this is probably like, oh yeah, this is when we had like the Sun Girls. For those of you who are Canadian, you'll probably remember like you would see these like in the like the newspaper boxes that used to be on the street, and like yeah. I remember like giving them the side eye when I was a kid, like, why is there this lady like half naked? Rally goes to pot in park. Police keep low profile as hundreds partake of dope. Okay, so this was like obviously an outdoor like marijuana party, smoke-in, apparently they call them in Alberta. I'm looking at this old craft fair. I hope you're still with me here, and if you're a new subscriber and you're like, what is going on? What is this channel that I thought was a journaling channel? It is, I promise. It's just, I gotta share this stuff. It's so strange. This is like a Sweetwater poster, who I think is a musical act. To Colleen, love and best wishes, Randy. Happy birthday. Here's a card that's guaranteed to make you feel better about being another year older. Wow. Amazing. Old card. 1980. And then a bunch of really cute pictures of who I assume is Colleen through the years, including some really old pictures of probably her ancestors. I love this one, her with this monkey. Like, this is so cute. But then there's I even have Barry Doucette's like proof of age card for the Alberta Liquor Control. So like this old ID from 1957. And I look at these IDs and go like, wow, this would be so easy. It's no wonder that like our parents were able to like, you know, sneak into bars at like the age of 14 or something. Because if that's what your ID card was, like I could make that today. Okay, so that's the end of Barry Doucette. And then I wanted to show you a couple other albums that were in the same lot, same day I got them. And this is May and Jack from the time they met until just before they were married, written on some old masking tape. And these are much older pictures and they're quite beautiful. He's very dapper and she's of course just a beauty. And they're so cute. Like, let me take this picture out. Look at the energy of this girl. I really find her so sweet and adorable. I'm like, you are so precious. These are precious, like, moments in time, you know? That's how I look at these old photographs. Like, all of them are just beautiful and precious moments in time. Like, look at that. Isn't that just charming? Yeah. And like, you know, I love the romantic, you know, picnic and like she's just lying on a blanket in her pretty like dress. And there she is in the same dress, just sort of sitting outside of her house with this water bowl on the ground. That's very cute. And I think they probably just took these photos of one another, you know. They have a dog in this photo. And then away at a beach somewhere. Lots of doggy photos. Look at him standing up there. I love the shadow of like being told what to do. That's funny. I'll actually pick that up so you can see what I'm... That cute. Lots of cute pictures. Wintertime. And then we have this large photo here. This, I recognize her. Yeah. Also, I love her hair in the wind. That's me on picture day for sure. Informal photography. Yeah, and there's like a few people who have their names written there. This is a high school picture. Okay, so that's that album. Oh, and then we have one more beautiful picture back here. Okay, so then I have one more photo album that I think might be related to this one. And this is 1960 to 62. And we have these like photos in these plastic bags. I don't know why. But there's these cute little kiddos. That's a cool old bag. Gwen Walpole's nursing graduation. Look at her. So nice. Okay, and then these are other Polaroids here. Grandma Slack or Sluck. Yes, Slack. And this one is like they're at a farm, these people. Like a little cow there, and that's a little deer. That's so cute. Look at that little deer. Wow. Yeah, old photos. This is like a little guy on a beach. Our trip to Florida, 1960. Daytona. Someone has written, so this is Jack Slock. The family of Jack Slock and Mary Slock, or Slack. Can't tell if that's an A or an O. It'd be funny if his name was Jack Slack. That's hilarious. And actually it is. It's Jack Slack. Jack and Bob Slack. Oh, this is hey, look, this is a kid drinking from a hose. So I have to tell you a little funny thing. So years ago, like maybe a couple of years ago, I was in like this Facebook group, and I won't name it because it doesn't exist anymore, but it was basically about like things that make you petty, like you would tell your minor foibles in life and the things that make you feel petty. And somewhere out of that group came this whole thing about like how older people used to like always, they would say things to young people like, well, we used to drink from the hose when I was a kid. And then it became this funny kind of meme type saying like, oh, she's been drinking from the hose too much, like when people would be insensitive, right? And so now every time I see a kid with a hose, I think of drinking from the hose. And then the other day I saw a TikTok, and it was like this young guy like making a really grossed out face, because this whole conversation like about drinking from a hose, I remember it went quite deep, and people like researched all the kinds of like nasty bacteria that lives in a garden hose. Like you should not drink from a garden hose. And so this guy was making this face like old people used to drink from the hose. And then this woman who's probably like middle-aged and a farmer, she's like, okay, I'm just gonna take a minute to answer this, because like we didn't have bottles of water and we weren't allowed to go in the house. And like when you were a kid, you didn't go in the house. That's where the adults were. And you didn't want to be seen, because if they saw you, they would make you do something that you didn't want to do. You wouldn't be able to stay outside, and you'd have to do some job that you didn't want to do. And I just love the entire, everything around this like garden hose situation. This is a really interesting and cool picture. Glass bottom boat in Florida. And Jack is the second from the left. Okay. That's so funny. Like, I guess this is Jack. I would not have even thought that was a boat. I thought it was like, you know, some kind of a corridor. But then I look out here and I do see the water, and then like there's like a door down there. That's cool. And like, look at these pictures. They're so cute. Susan Walpole, aren't you lovely in your dress? Okay, and then we have more family photos. Wow, she's beautiful with her children. Look at her smile. Her son, I think, has her smile. It's beautiful. What a cute little guy. Oh my gosh, look at this. So this is Bob Slack at 2 years old. His little bunny, and Christmas pictures, and them sitting under the tree. Oh, so cute. I love their little tree. Oh, that one's a hunting photos. We do not like hunting photos. Those I'll probably just get rid of because they'll make me feel sick. Yeah, they're like they're wolf hunting photos, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I can't look at that kind of thing and not feel sick. Okay, so I apologize if you saw that. I didn't mean to freak anybody out. So cute. All these little kids happy at Christmas time with their new toys, and there they are with this little dog. This reminds me of when I was a kid. We had a little dog like that for when I was very, very young. Yes, yeah, that's a doubled over page. Okay. Oh my goodness. Look at this from November 1962. Isn't she adorable? Holy moly. The Hespler Reporter. Many enjoy ice fishing at Puslinch Lake. This is like at the Nursing Academy. And there she is on her graduation day. Gwen Walpole nursing graduation. So yeah, that is my little collection of old photo albums that I unearthed. So thanks for joining me for a slightly different Flip Through Friday. I did finish a journal this week, but I posted it a little earlier in the week, so I didn't have it for today, but I wanted to take part and do something a little different for today. And I may do these kind of things when I have something like that, that I can share with you, because I think there's a lot of people here who like thrift haul videos, and I feel like that's kind of the same sort of vibe. It's nostalgia type things. So anyways, have a great day, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye for now.